Hi, here we are at the PVA website. This is Fayette County PVA. And when you go to that website, you'll see this screen. And there's a few things that you can do here. You can search for property. If you would like to search on something you're looking for, or if you want to search your own property, you can search it here. It gives some sales reports on the residential and commercial. The other thing that you can do here is go for your tax calculation. So if you put in the assessed value of your home, if you just got a letter, then you can, let's say it's 670,000. And the tax district, you know which one that is. You can also, when you search your property, you can find that there, but let's just go for District 1 for now. And then it calculates what your property tax per year would be. So that's based on whatever the tax rate is, and you can find that down here in this table. So your property taxes includes more than just you know, your local city taxes. And at that point, you can tell what your yearly rate's going to be, and just divide that by 12, and you'll know what it would be monthly if you were escrowing it in your mortgage payment. So let's just again, you can figure out what your tax rate is. The total tax rate's down here, I'm sorry. And then that tells you what your property taxes will be. Fayette County 2021 tax rates hasn't increased this year as far as I know, and it's per $100 of your value. Then there's the tangible property tax rates, which we're not going to talk about right now. So we're just strictly looking at your property value of your home, what your assessment is. And if you just received a letter, then you know that it's gone up, and you can go down here and calculate that based on whatever district you're in. So then if you want to contest that, you can, or appeal it, you can appeal it here, assessments and appeals. It's for the 2022 assessments that you may have just received, and you'll want to follow the instructions here, but you can't do it any later than May the 16th. There's their office hours, and you can just call in and talk to them. And a lot of times you're successful in just having a phone conversation to get it reduced. And there may be a couple of reasons that you can justify a reduction, but you need to do it before May 16th. But let's say that you haven't made any improvements. You've been in your house for 10 years or more, and you haven't really done anything to it. But a house, you know, next door or in the same subdivision sells, and it sells substantially higher, then they're going to reassess your property value based on that other property that just sold. And I think they do this about every 4 years. That is their timeline for property valuations. And that's, you know, what the fair cash value is. In other words, what it should sell for if you put it on the market, which if you're thinking about selling, that's not a bad thing. You want it to show up at a higher assessment than what you that you originally bought it at, of course, but that means that your property value, it should sell for a higher price. It's not very convenient if you are used to making your payment, you know, in your mortgage payment, and your mortgage payment goes up substantially. It could be $50 to $100. It's just, you know, it's according to where you are in the tax table, and how much the value has increased. So that's, you know, what you can do to appeal it. Of course, you can submit it. There's a way that you can do it online, but you also can call them. It's probably would be a better thing to do. But those are another thing that you might want to look at too, is if you're of a certain age, that you can get a homestead exemption, which will lower your your payments as far as your property taxes. And there's kind of guidelines on what you need to do there. And I believe that there is a deadline for that as well, that you can apply for it, but there's where you would do that. It says here that in 2021, it was an exemption of $40,500. And again, there's other things that you can do on here, but those were the things that I wanted to share with you and help you to know what to do if you have gotten that letter in the mail, which a lot of you probably weren't very happy about. And thank you for listening. If you found this helpful, then please like and share it. And I would appreciate any comments if this has been useful or what your thoughts are about it, about your property values. One of the things that I do as well is I offer property valuations, property value that I can do myself, and that goes, according to what's sold recently in your subdivision. And I'll be glad to do that for you. There's no obligation for me to share that with you. It helps me to know what market values are in certain areas. So it's worth my time, and I just would be happy to do that for you. Just get in touch with me, 859-229-5945. It's Shari Frazier with Keller Williams Greater Lexington.